Hey guys, what is up? So it's been a little bit since I've done a video, but I was challenged by my sister actually to do like a 5 things I can't live without video before Christmas. And I kind of forgot about it, and I was going through the videos the other day and I was like, I knew I wrote that down to go do that video, and I just totally forgot about it because I wanted to try to get my night routine out. So I decided to take a few minutes today, a few minutes of your time, to show you 5 things I can't live without, but instead of just what I can't live without, I wanted to make it something that we all can relate to as diabetics. So 5 things that a diabetic cannot live without. First, it's going to be pretty simple. We've all seen this before, and technically we could still try to use a needle, but this like gets away the fear for me of needles. So this would be number 1. Number 1. And it's basically, this is here to load the needle in. So number 2 would be a needle. For diabetics, you have to check your sugar. You can't just like go with the flow and be like, I feel great. Because sometimes you'll be like, I feel great, and your sugar could be like 130 when you think you feel great. That doesn't usually happen, but sometimes it does. So yeah, you have to have a needle to get the blood out of your finger and just to see what your sugar is, so you know what's going on with your sugar. Now I know like Dexcom and stuff like that have different machines that they use that's not like this, so you could technically use that as something you couldn't survive without as being a diabetic. But for right now, this is what I have, this is what I can afford. So the needle launcher, that's what I'll call it, and then the needle. So 1 and 2. So we definitely can't live without these without being a diabetic. The next one I'm going to say is my machine. This thing has literally been like my best friend since I was diagnosed a year ago, and like it tells you whatever. Also, the really cool things about this machine is that diabetics used to like have to write down all of their numbers, which I still do that just in case this fails, but like you don't have to do that. A doctor can actually plug this up to their computer and get your numbers like that. They also said, I hope I'm not mistaken, which I don't think I am, but they can also get like a range of your A1C. And in case you don't know what your A1C is, it's basically it kind of tells you if you're diabetic or not. I would say that's the main thing. Whenever I was diagnosed, I want to say mine was 9 or 10, maybe a little bit higher, when it's supposed to be less than 6, I believe. So this definitely keeps track. So every time when I go to the doctor, if the doctor doesn't want to, check my blood, like do a blood test, he can check this. So he can get like a little bit of a range just to see where I'm falling at, what's going on. Also, like he can see, like I've seen them printed out, and it's really actually cool. Like it has a graph, and it'll have like, if it spikes to, which it doesn't really spike to 300, but say it did, it'd have a graph like all the way up here. If it goes down to like 20, which has never gone that low, it'll go all the way down here. So you can see like the wide range, and that's what my doctor really looks at, is the range of it. It's not just the whole up, down, up, down, up, down, because we know it's diabetics, it's typically a roller coaster anyways. So if he sees like a spike and then like sees 40 or below, he's like, okay, you did too much insulin, or why is it like over 200 or more? So yeah, so this would definitely be my 3rd item. I think this one's really cool. I know my mom's old machine didn't used to do this, but now she has one of the cool ones like this, so she can keep track of her numbers instead of just writing it down. I still recommend writing your numbers down. I know it's more of a hassle, but it's better to be safe than sorry if you like forget this, or like if it ever died. I don't know. I've never changed the batteries. I don't even know if this has batteries, but in case that ever happens, just to always have a backup so the doctor knows like what's going on. Anyways, so the next one I would say, and these are the strips that goes with my machine. They have different ones for different things. It's the Contour Next, and that's what my machine is. I gotta take one out. I would say this would be my 4th item for sure. These little guys are pretty awesome. Where's the camera? Having a hard time focusing. Okay, that's about as good as we're gonna get. These guys are what you use to plug in, which y'all have seen me take my sugar a gazillion times. And it takes a little beep, and then like you have to apply the blood. You have to like squeeze your finger to get it on there, and then it's really cool how this works. Like when I first was diagnosed and I saw the blood like literally just rushes up at the top, like to that line, it's really cool. So I would definitely say that's my 4th item, because that also helps you be able to read your sugar and know exactly what your sugar is, so you're not like just guessing or just going off by feelings. And like when I was first diagnosed, I was like, I can go off by feelings and how I feel. I don't recommend that at all. I check my sugar when I wake up, after I drink coffee. Depends on my work day. Sometimes at lunch, not usually, but sometimes at lunch, and then whenever I get home from work, so around 5 o'clock, and then I'll take it or right before I go to bed. So we're getting all the major things. You don't have to take your sugar that much. I'm really OCD about it. I'd rather be safe than sorry. So yeah. Okay, so the last thing, and this is very crucial for a diabetic, I believe, is water. Now, I know a lot of people in the world do not like water. It took my mom, who's a diabetic, a type 2 diabetic, it took her a long time to love water. And I'm lucky enough I really loved water before I became a diabetic. So that's really awesome. But like a lot of people don't drink a lot of water. And I recommend, drinking this with every meal. All I drink is water, and I might drink a little bit too much water, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. And I'd rather eat, that sounds weird, but I'd rather eat more than having to like count the carbs in like tea. Sweet tea is a lot of carbs. But anyways, I'd rather do that than just do that. But I definitely recommend drinking water at least with your meals, if not more. So yeah, that's very crucial, and that's kind of like crucial for like us as human beings to live. Water, duh. But at the same time, like drinking water also gets all that sugar out, not all of it, but most of it out, and kind of just like cleanses the body a little bit. So you're flushing all that yucky stuff out. And water has no carbs. Water has nothing bad for you in there. So yeah, if you guys like these type of challenges, please give it a thumbs up. I love doing diabetic videos, and I want to keep this channel more to the diabetic side. But if you also agree with me, or if you have different things that a diabetic would use, please let me know in the comments below, and I'd love to try stuff that's new. Also, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.